Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we are going to do a makeup tutorial on the look that you see here. To begin, I'm going to take Georgette Klinger's Gardenia Cleansing Toner on a cotton round to remove any leftover mascara. And next I'm going to take the Georgette Klinger Gardenia Cleansing Mist. I misted this twice over the skin as I've been super stressed lately, so any sort of relaxing scent, I am all about it. Next I'm going to take ColourPop's No Filter Concealer, and I am going to use this as a base for our eyeshadows. And this is the palette I'm going to be using for the look today. I am going to take the concealer and I'm going to work that onto the eyelid space with a beauty blender. For my brow bone shade, I'm going to dip into Full Zip with a fluffy blending brush. And with that same brush, I'm going to dip into the Sol Palette's New Dig. This is a matte pastel peach, and I'm working the shade onto the crease as a transition shade in windshield wiper motions. Next, I'm going to dip into the shade Dynamite. This is a matte burnt orange with Unwind, which is a matte rich terracotta on a Sigma blending brush. I make sure to work both shades onto the crease until I reach my desired intensity. To diffuse the look of a sharp line, I took the blending brush I previously used to soften the look, and then I will make sure to repeat the process on the other eye. And to create a base for the final shade that I will be placing along the outer lid space, I am taking the shade Unwind with that same Sigma blending brush. And I am building that shade onto the outer lid until I have achieved my desired intensity. And because I lost some of the intensity on the brow bone highlight, I am taking a shader brush to the brow bone with the shade Full Zip. Next, I'm going to take the shade B&B, a metallic pinky gold, on the inner portion of the lid with a Sigma shader brush. For a more metallic look to the shadow, you can add MAC Fix Plus to your brush. This shade looks so pretty and it builds up really nicely as it has a pretty solid intensity. And to diffuse the inner and outer shadow, I'm going to dip into the shade Floaties, which is a bright metallic orange, and I'm going to place a bit of it in the center of the eyelid space with that same shader brush. Next, I'm going to take the shade Hotel, which is a metallic vivid copper, and I'm placing this shade on the outer lid. I don't know if you can tell, but there is very little to absolutely no fallout from any of these shadows. And to clean up the look, I'm taking the same cotton round I used to clean up the mascara. And this will just help to clean up the look and give us a sharper outer edge. And to blur the look of pores, I'm taking the tiniest amount of the Touch in Sol No Poreblem Primer, and I'm placing that on my T-zone. I've been really liking this primer lately. And next I'm going to take the DIOR Backstage foundation. I'm taking a few drops of this on my fingers. I feel like I get the most coverage of this foundation when I apply it with my fingers. If you do have this foundation, let me know what your favorite method of application is in the comments down below. I've used this foundation with a Morphe brush, which I love, and with a beauty blender, which I don't like how this foundation applies with that, but I feel like I do really get the most coverage when I use this foundation with my fingers. I stopped using this concealer a while ago, but I've been reaching for it a lot recently. This is the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. I am in the shade Medium. I like using this concealer with my beauty blender. To set the concealer, I am using the Hourglass Veil Translucent Setting Powder. I absolutely love this powder to set my concealer. And now to work on the lower lash line, I'm going to take a pencil brush. I'm using the shade New Digs, and I'm placing that in the inner corner of the lower lash line. Next, I'm taking the shade Unwind on the outer lower lash line. And to add more dimension to the eye look, I'm taking the Sigma Smudge brush and I'm dipping into the shade Unwind. I am placing the shade on the lower lash line. And to soften the look a wee bit more, I am going back in with the same pencil brush. I didn't add any more eyeshadow to the brush. I just wanted to diffuse the look of any harsh lines. And to add more dimension to the complexion, I am highlighting the forehead and chin with Tarte's Shape Tape. And to tightline and to line the waterline, I'm using ColourPop's eyeliner in Mr. Bing. Then I'm going to proceed and do my brows and add some falsies off camera. And don't mind the glue, that will dry soon. Next, I'm going to bronze the skin with Urban Decay's Beached Bronzer. And then to contour, I am dipping into Marc Jacobs Instamarc palette in Mirage. And then to bake, I'm taking ColourPop's No Filter Setting Powder in Translucent on my Hourglass brush. I do have to say that I straightened the line with my beauty blender off camera, as the brush did not really create a sharp enough line for me. For blush, I am taking the shade Excuse My French from the Knockout palette on a Morphe brush. I think this is one of my favorite blush shades. And because she's back, I am highlighting with Dose of Colors Tezzy and Katie collab. This is in the shade Fuego, and I am placing this on the highest points of the face with a Morphe brush. This is such a beautiful highlighting shade. So pretty. And with a Sigma face brush, I am removing the bake. I don't typically bake, but this is a really good brush to remove the bake if you do. And now for lips, I am taking MAC's Whirl. There's a throwback. With ColourPop's APPY Luxe lipstick. To finalize the look, I am taking DHC's Super Collagen Mist to set the powders that I applied over the skin. This is one of my favorite mists. This sets makeup beautifully in case you're in the market for a new makeup setting spray. This could be a solid option for you. And that is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this voiceover Get Ready With Me. I went to see Lady Gaga's new movie with this look, and I loved the movie, and I really like how this look turned out as well. I will see you all in my next video. Bye!